So, by the way, it's obviously still Friday, July 30th, 2021. I'm still on Highway 12 in South Dakota now. Highway 12 kind of angles up into North Dakota, then back down to South Dakota. And so I'm getting close to a town called Ipswich, which is, I think it's only about an hour and a half from their house there in Condi. So I'm getting close. But so I told you about my solo visit in 2016. That was just it was just a really good to do that, and it went well enough that I wanted to bring Crystal and the kids out to meet him, because she, her and I had been married. Gosh, by that time we'd been married 12 years, and she'd never even talked to him, let alone met him. And of course, our kids had never met him, and so I had some time off that August, and so we made the family trip over, and that was an absolutely wonderful time. My dad was so good with the kids. He was so nice and loving to Crystal and the kids, and just, he kind of went all out, and he had a bunch of gifts that he had bought them, the kids. He bought them both fishing poles and tackle boxes, and just a number of different things. Camping chairs, got them some nice camping chairs of their own. I can't remember what all, but he was just really good to them. He hadn't been around kids in a while, so he just assumed they must eat candy, and so he went and bought a whole bunch of candy, and it's funny, but it was just a nice time. We spent, again, 3-4 full days out there, and we just sit outside and fire pit at night, and just get a chance to talk about stuff. And so that was that was a really good visit. And he let Jordan ride his riding lawnmower. They have a great big backyard, and so it's like the size of a full city block or something. But anyway, he just gave Jordan the riding lawnmower and said, go for it, and just let him ride all over. So that was really cool for Jordan. And anyhow, so that trip went really well enough that in 2017, the very following year, also we happened to be going that way. We had a family reunion for my mom's side of the family, and then we were having a little mini family reunion for my dad's side that he wasn't a part of the reunion, but it was over in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. And so we were going to drive over there, and so my dad's was essentially on the way there. So we went again, and again, stayed like 3 days, and just was a really good time. So those were the only 2 times that he got to be around, or Crystal and our kids got to be around him, and it was just very positive. Another kind of a funny memory there, if you know my dad, he's a cowboy hunter type dude, and there's guns everywhere. So like in his house, there's guns in every room, rifles leading up, in the corners of the room, all the bedrooms, everywhere, all loaded. Pistols just laying around on the counter and stuff, and that's how it's always been with my dad. He's always surrounded by loaded guns. I guess it's part of his paranoia of having to defend himself if he needed to, but he's extremely safe with guns and stuff. So when the kids first got there, he took them and he sat down with them and he said, "I want to talk to you about something really, really serious here." He said, "You're going to see a lot of guns in the house, and you're going to see a lot of like guns in the bedrooms and stuff." And he said, "If any of them bother you, you let me know and I'll move them." He said, "But just the most important thing I want you to remember is don't ever touch them. Don't pick them up and stuff like that. You can look at them with your eyes, but don't touch them." And so the kids, he made sure the kids understood that, and they weren't bothered by it. And for me, it was just normal. That's how it's always been with him. Guns everywhere. So anyway, those were two good visits that my wife Crystal and I and the kids got to go over there. He went and bought I don't know if he just bought it, but set up a big swimming pool in the backyard for the kids. Another thing from that trip is that he had a really cool grill thing that sticks in the ground, and it goes over his fire pit. And my last full day there, I just commented on it. I said, "That is really cool," because you just like set it up, and so that way you can cook food over the fire pit. And next thing I know, he disappeared. Didn't even know where he went. And he came back like an hour later, and he had driven from his house up to Aberdeen. It's like over an hour round trip, I think, just to drive up to Aberdeen and buy me a brand new one of those things, and in a box. And he said he just came back and he gave it to me. So I still have it to this day. So anyway, those were some good, really good 2 visits.